back. Michelle Beisner-Buck on Bobby Wagner, a man who exemplifies everything it is to be a Seattle Seahawk. Michelle.
Oh, SVP, he most definitely does. Bobby Wagner is in his 12th season in the NFL. And aside from that 1 year that he spent in LA with the Rams in 2022, he has always been a Seahawks linebacker, and Seattle is exactly where he wants to be. Wagner is a private person, but recently he's been a bit more open, and I was granted a bit of time with him. We looked back on some of the highlights from the last decade, and we also talked about this. It's a comic book that he created, inspired by one of the most important people in his life, earning him the most prestigious honor from his teammates.
When all is said and done, what is Bobby Wagner's legacy, on and off the field?
I would say that he was consistent on and off the field. He consistently showed up on the field, and he consistently made a difference off the field. I never really wanted to leave, but you understand the business is the business, but being able to come back is a true blessing.
9-time All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion. If you were putting together your own highlight reel, what would be the first play we'd see?
The first play we would see is probably a play from the Super Bowl, and honestly, it wouldn't even be like a play. It would be like when the ball goes over Peyton Manning's head and just all of us celebrating.
Moving left to right. Oh, they snap the ball. The ball bounces into the end zone, out of the end zone, and they rule a safety.
But really, we were celebrating because we were like, we know what we're about to do the rest of this game. And that was kind of like an indication of what was about to happen.
What is the first word that comes to mind when I say Legion of Boom?
Special. That's the first word, special. Like, it was a very, very special group. And I think when you're in it, you don't realize how special it is. And then as guys start going different places, moving on to the next chapter in their life, you realize like what we were able to do was something really, really special.
In his 12th season, Wagner has elevated his community work. The Seahawks selected him as their nominee for the 2023 Walter Payton Man of the Year Award for a stroke awareness campaign called FAST54.
This comic book kind of tells a story about a superhero that helps save people, but ultimately the person that actually saves lives is just the person that knows what the sign of strokes is.
The FAST54 campaign was inspired by his mother, Phenia May, who passed away from stroke complications in 2008 when Bobby was a freshman at Utah State.
It's really special. We're able to create a comic book centered around my mom's kind of story. And I think having that a part of this and having that be the reason why I believe that I was nominated, that was something that was truly special to me.
So what is FAST54?
We wanted to create a comic book that told people what the signs of stroke was through a fun way, because my mom suffered from several strokes, but learning the signs of stroke could really save someone's life, and so that was the initial concept of FAST54.
And the acronym stands for?
So it stands for F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, S, speech difficulty, and T is time to call for help. And so we felt like if we can kind of make it into something that people can memorize and people can understand, when that moment came, hopefully it doesn't, you can recognize the stroke, and you can also know when it's time to call and hopefully save lives.
F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, S, speech difficulties, T, time to call.
Perfect.
What would your mom say to the man that you've become?
I feel like she would be proud of what I've been able to accomplish while keeping a level head and just being an extension of her and seeing herself in me. I think that would be what I would hope she would say.
And no doubt, his mom is smiling down proud of what her son has accomplished and is going to continue to accomplish. I asked him, what's left to do? You're a 9-time All-Pro and a Super Bowl champion. He said, I want to get back and win another Super Bowl. He also told me it means the absolute world for him to be back here in Seattle. What I also know, without anyone else having to say it, is what it means for the Seahawks to have him back in this uniform. Guys.